Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Mulder, and I'm just going through doing a bunch of videos now because I'm going to be out of town this week, taking care of some business, and so I just wanted to kind of give people something to ponder. Um, well, apparently it's been all the news of this week. They had the Secretary of Science and Technology come out. I think his name. I know I'm going to butcher this, but I'm going to try. Going to attempt it anyways. Michael uh, Prat, Pratius. Cratius. I think it's Cratius or Cratius. Um, anyway, I'll put his name. I'll look it up and I'll put his name down there. But anyway, he did a speech talking about that we're able to control space and time. We have the technology to do this. And so I was thinking, yeah, no joke. I figured this out. It's all under the quantum. I think it's on the quantum level where all this happens because, again, the past, the present, and the future are continuous present. I mean, we are always at the present. Um, and it answers a lot of questions for me about the Mandela effects. You know, a lot of things that I've noticed, and so a lot of this technology that they have. I mean, they're talking about faster than light communication. Well, that's real simple. I'll give you an example. They have a thing called quantum entanglement, and what that means is in an experiment they will have two particles, okay, and they will separate them. But before they separate, they're in resonance with each other. Okay, they're connected on a quantum level with each other. So they separate them. I don't care if it's in the next room, if it's on the other side of the universe. When you affect one particle, the other one will immediately show a reaction. Okay, and it's instantaneous. Again, time and space are irrelevant when it comes to the quantum entanglement of these two particles. Okay, they're just locked at the hip. No matter distance, has nothing to do with it. And so imagine for a simple communication system, you're using Morse code. What you with one particle, you could go dot dot dash dot dot and agitate the particle in such a way that the other whoever has the other particle, wherever they're located at, again, it could be on the other side of the universe. I don't care how many trillions of miles away they will be. They will instantaneously get that message, that Morse code message with that particle if they observe the reaction of that particle. It will be instantaneous and it will be the exact, it will react exactly as that the original particle that was sending the message. So again, that's faster than light communication. That's instantaneous. Like time and space are irrelevant. Just by a simple experiment of using Morse code, transmitting a message with Morse code with a couple of particles. I mean, this is absolutely, it boggles the mind when you think about this. Well, this goes into play with the quantum series. So, I've been talking about quantum computers and what have you. And again, yes, I do. If we have access to the computational power of a quantum computer, that is great. But honestly, I really don't care about that part of it. The only thing I care about when it comes to a quantum computer is its physics, is the way that it's set up, is there. It has all the makings of a quasi time machine. And I think I said this before a long time ago, and I'll say it again. I had a conversation with a computer scientist out of California. It was on a show, and we were discussing quantum computers. And you know, and I put this to him. I said, "Doctor, uh, when it comes to quantum computers, and they're able to solve a problem that will, that took a couple of minutes, but that would take a supercomputer thousands, if not millions, of years to solve, and they're able to do this in a few minutes. My my hypothesis or my theory, I'm going to just throw it at you, is that yeah, from the perspective of the operator, This is taking a few minutes, but from the perspective of the quantum computer, it may have taken it thousands of years or millions of years to obtain the solution to that problem. So it's all about perspective, because again, with a quantum computer, you're dealing with different physics. Time and space are irrelevant. What they're doing with these things, and I think I mentioned this before, but this is for the newbies, or just to, in case somebody may have not have heard the show. Uh, 90% of the budget when it comes to the construction of a quantum computer is spent on one thing, is to shield it from human consciousness. That's it. Shield it from human consciousness, because if the consciousness will affect a quantum computer. And that kind of comes into play with a lot of other things too. That explains why these machines work, because they're incorporating consciousness, the observer effect. And by using that observer effect and having a connection with a quantum computer, you will be able to radionically alter your reality, your time. It may not be mine, but it'll be yours. You will be able to radionically alter things in your reality because of the connection or radionically messing with a quantum computer. Choose any of them. I think I've done a few shows on how to do this. I'm just saying, for the newbies, if you haven't thought about it, consider it a resource. They are there for you. And another thing too, I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems apparently it is, that a lot of these Mandela effects that we're seeing are they seem to be around quantum computers. In other words, they're not saying that the quantum computer was the cause. They're just saying that the location of a lot of these effects are around quantum computers, especially things in music. I think it's out in Los Angeles, in that area in California, the publishing industry, New York. I mean, it just seems to be a lot of weird little things going on when it comes to quantum computers and the Mandela effect. Whether or not these two have anything to do with each other, I can't say. I just find it curious that the connection that they possibly could have. All right. But yeah, again, this is something that's just so out there. The government is finally releasing this. Also, I think there was a general, see, I think his name was Quast, KWAST, General Quast. I think he's with the United States Air Force. And he did a speech over at Hillsdale University, or Hillsdale College, rather, and discussing the very same thing. Basically, that we're able to transmit energy from space, where we don't have to have, chargers for our cell phones, for example. It would be constantly trickle charging. Use it for appliances, for automobiles, that kind of a thing. This is coming out, and it's like anything else. Once you open up the bottle, and let the genie out, you can never put him back in. And I think we're about ready to see a technological revolution in this, not in this country, but I think this country is going to have a major play in, or be a major player in this. But you're going to see a technological revolution all across the world. And what this is going to do, this is going to give people their freedom, their sovereignty. This is a positive. It's taking the chains off of us. We live in a world of artificial scarcity. We have more oil out there than we could burn in 1,000 years at current levels. There's so much out there. I mean, for example, I think off the shore of Haiti has one of the largest oil reserves, or known oil reserves, in the world. We're talking about off the coast of Haiti, an impoverished country in the Caribbean. But right, just a few kilometers off their shore, it is more wealth than you could ever dream of, right there. And it's all artificial scarcity. They refuse to drill it. They refuse to tap into it. Hell, I've heard the same thing, that we have oil fields in Alaska that are, where we have 300 to 400 years worth of supply there at current rates, or what have you. And the thing about it is we're getting more and more efficient, with oil. So it's a renewable resource. It's just a hydrocarbon. And you'll never run out. It is not fossil fuel. Whoever told you that, they're full of shit. Either they don't know what they're talking about because oil replenishes itself. The earth will never run out of oil. It is all fake. I'll give you another example. Diamonds. Everybody thinks, oh, diamonds are so rare. They're so, they're so valuable. Well, you know what? There are vaults and vaults of diamonds in, a certain company, or storage houses for diamonds. We have more diamonds than you can ever dream of, and they only release a certain amount every year. Why? To create artificial scarcity and to keep the price up. That's what it's all about. Everything's artificial. We have This world could grow more food than, I mean, we'd be up to our eyeballs in food and not hurt the environment. If anything, enhance the environment, make things greener. I mean, we have more there. There's so many resources available to us. It's just incredible. And so just something to think about. I mean, you live in a prison. You live in a prison without bars. And I'm using they in quotation marks, have done everything they can or everything they could to enslave you. There's no reason to be enslaved. Radionics, by the way, radionics is a key out of the prison, by the way. When you understand how this works and what the universe truly is and how it really works, what reality truly is, you will never look at things the same. It's kind of, and I keep making this comparison to a lot of my friends, and we're talking about the Matrix and Neo when he finally realizes what the Matrix is, and he's inside the Matrix, and he starts seeing code. He starts seeing it for what it truly is. It's an illusion. You live in an illusion. What you think is real is not real. You think it exists, but it doesn't really exist. It exists because you think it does. That's it. I mean, that's the secret. That's the secret to your reality. And hopefully, um, this will give you something to think about, something to ponder about. Because once I realized the secret, my life was never the same. I look at things and people, events in an entirely different way. I look at it as basically entertainment. That's what a lot of it is. You know, and kind of going off a rant here or going on a rant. I mean, it's all, why are you here? What is your purpose for being created to begin with? What are you doing here? What is your main function? Is it to have a family, have a successful career, to invent something that will better the lives of other people? Adventure. What is it? What is the reason that you're here? And pursue it. That's what I did. That's the reason why I built these radionics devices. This is, to me, I find this fascinating, the way these things work and how they work and the capabilities of them. Because in my reality, I don't, I don't see limitations. I really don't. I do not see limitations. Anything can be accomplished. And so, that's just something I look at. And, you know, uh, hopefully this is giving you some insights as to how Dr. Mulder thinks and some of the potential that that radionics has when it comes to changing your life for the better. So with that said, everybody have a great evening. Bye.